r/AskReddit. What's something that sounds horrible, but is actually pleasurable once you try it? My daughter accidentally scratched my eye pretty badly a few years ago, leaving a crescent-shaped cut in my cornea. The ear doctor told me to put some Visine on it, and it'd go away by morning. I spent the night in escalating/excruciating pain, and went to a proper eye guy first thing. I was already freaking out about the pain, and definitely didn't want someone mucking about in there, but he convinced me to let him put in a bandage lens, like a contact lens, but thicker, and it holds the flap made by the cut down. Right before he put it in, he stopped and said, "I want you to remember this moment." And I will, because it was like a light switch turning off. First, blinding pain so bad I wanted to vomit, followed by absolutely nothing. No hurt. I had to wear an eye patch for a couple of days. That's it. Sensory deprivation tanks. You strip down and get in a tank of body temperature salt water. The room is soundproof and pitch black. You just lie there for a bit and hallucinate. It sounds terrifying, especially for people with claustrophobia, but it's an incredible experience unlike anything I'd ever done before. I highly suggest everyone try it. I floated 30 days in a row last year. It was life-changing. Having an abscess tooth extracted. Before the procedure, it was the most painful thing I've ever experienced. I went in to have it pulled, and the dentist tried to explain to me that they could save the tooth blah blah blah. I was in so much pain I just said, "Take it out please." They numbed me up, but it didn't touch the pain I was in. After a few minutes of them playing around in my mouth with a pick and pliers, I started to feel pressure on my jaw and the tooth popped out. The dentist was surprised and said, "Yeah, I bet that feels better." He said a bunch of infection came out, which is what he was vacuuming out. Immediate relief. Like no pain at all. Relief to the point that I was in ecstasy. I almost cried. This is literally what happened to me. Infected tooth after a dodgy root canal that was basically sitting rotting. I was given antibiotics, but they did nothing. The pain was constant, but it suddenly got much worse over the weekend. I was in the worst pain I have ever felt. 8 AM Monday morning, I basically kicked the dentist's door open and begged them to take it out. I didn't care who did it. I was at that stage where the janitor could have turned up with a pair of pliers and I would have given him the go ahead. As soon as that tooth was out, the relief was instant. A slight popping noise, and then it was like being shot full of morphine. I swear, all my other senses had been numbed by the pain, and it was like getting everything all back at once. Everything seemed brighter, louder, and just generally better all round. I've broken bones and had some pretty nasty injuries, but none of them came close to the pain of that bloody tooth. Throwing up when you have an upset stomach. It sucks before and during, but after you feel so much better. Obviously sometimes that's not the case, but I remember times when I ate something bad and was in bad stomach pain until I vomited and felt instant relief. I dread throwing up so much, but there comes a point that I just force myself to do so if my stomach is upset. A few weeks ago, I had some type of bug, and I spent the entire night in absolute pain. I was crying due to my nausea. Upon throwing up, I felt so empty and so relieved. It was beautiful, because I could feel the pain slowly going away. PS, if anyone is throwing up due to a bug or something, always remember to stay as hydrated as possible. Going in a capsule type water slide. It's really tense in the line when you know how it works, and the noises are frightening. But once you go, you see it's a really cool feeling of going very fast in a tube. Both times that I tried this, I just imagined myself as those tubes they had at the bank. It made the experience much more enjoyable. My TENS unit. Sending small electrical shocks through your muscles sounds like torture. But when you set it up right, there is a twinge of pain, and then it subsides. It's great. Even better is acupressure mat. A bed of nails. I've fallen asleep on mine more than once due to how relaxing it is. FYI, try to avoid this, as being woken by little stabby pains when you roll over in your sleep is unfun. But I also fall asleep in MRI machines, so take that how you will. Going to the movie theater alone. I really hate how it feels weird to have friends to go to a theater. It's the one social experience where you literally can't talk to anyone you go with. Give up smoking. Nearly a year for me. Best thing I ever did. I haven't smoked in a week now, which is the longest and last 5 years, and I think I will always miss that one with the morning coffee after I wake up. Having your ears cleaned out by someone else. Yeah baby. When I was in high school I was water skiing and took a hard fall that dislodged a giant earwax ball that clogged my ear. A nurse squirted some warm water in both my ears until all the wax came out. It seemed like I could hear leaves rustling from a mile away after that. Public bathhouse in Japan, or onsen. I don't think it qualifies as sounding horrible, but I think a lot of people feel uncomfortable getting naked and bathing alongside strangers. However, once you get over the initial jitters, it's absolutely amazing. No one cares. No one is judging. Everyone is just enjoying the amazing hot spring. Our most recent visit was the Hiwajima bathhouse, and we spent almost the entire day there. It was like a glorious spa day. Sacrificing comfort in exchange for change. It's like getting out of the lukewarm bath before it gets cold. Sure, you're comfortable now, but if you give it up as a choice before it gets cold, then you'll feel much better. Edit. The city we live in has a lot of pollution, and while it's been nice, it's just been getting worse, so we will go to another place soon. Here's a video of us training to cycle from Hanoi to Europe. https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals vthw8jcme34. Riding your bike long distances. It won't be pleasurable until you condition your butt and build your baseline, but once you do, a ride through the countryside at a leisurely pace is one of life's great pleasures and will inevitably make you feel like a kid again. Cue that one person that has to post about their horrific childhood in response to my last point. It's always worth buying a pair of cycling shorts with the protector for your perineum on the inside. Although they are lycra, they will literally save your ass. I just wear mine under some shorts. This sounds disgusting, but definitely delivering your placenta after giving birth. You'd think it would hurt just as bad, or that you'd feel relief from popping an 8 pounds human out of your now very sore genitals, but nope. No relief until the placenta just slides out. And then it feels like someone's been standing on your chest for 9 months and you can finally breathe again. I felt light as a fucking feather. Insta satisfying. 10/10ths recommend. The kids alright too, I guess. Going to the gym several times a week. Truly. Start small, a day or two a week, but make it a thing if it helps. Go with a friend. Having a friend to encourage you can make all the difference, especially if they are at or just slightly above the level you're at. The days you don't want to go are the most important. Just make it into the gym that day, then change once you've changed. Do some stretching. If you want to go home after, you can, but if you can do one exercise, do it, then you can go home. If you want, keep that up till you finish. Hey, sometimes you go home after one exercise and that's okay, but you put the effort in to get there and get started. Once you've got a rhythm down, add a day, then another. Aim for 4 days a week. Give yourself a break in the middle, make it enjoyable. Do a routine you enjoy, use a nap, read some stuff about it. It becomes intoxicating. Edit. I got much of this idea from the No More 0 Days post a few years ago. I read it early in my lifting life, and it became such a core part of how I look at things. I totally forgot where it came from. Thanks to /u/Ryan014 for writing it, and /u/toilet_worshipper for reminding me. Not giving a fuck about what people think. I've been unintentionally making more friends since doing this. Skydiving. You do feel nervous the first time, right before you jump out of the plane, but after that the rush is amazing and lasts for a couple hours. My first time, the ride up was just so calming. All of the nerves I thought I would have just turned into this very zen feeling. Definitely an amazing, albeit expensive, experience. Spicy food. Once you build a tolerance, the endorphin rush alone is worth the initial pain. Edit #1. For you heat lovers out there, I highly recommend trying the tube of terra peanuts. Just one peanut will send the ordinary person to the emergency room. This is the only spicy food that has been way spicier than I expected, and it honestly kicks my ass because I struggle with capsaicin extract. I'd rather eat 5 Carolina Reapers over one of these peanuts. Edit #2. A lot of people have me asking for tips on building a tolerance to such food, along with tips on how to overcome the digestive discomfort after eating spicy food. Building a tolerance takes a lot of time, years, and requires you push yourself way beyond your limit once in a while. Begin with adding jalapenos to foods you enjoy such as omelets, burgers, salads, or stir fries. Work your way up by adding serranos, then habaneros, then chili diables, etc. You can Google Scoville pepper scales to see a list of hot peppers and their heat level. After months of consistently adding peppers to normal foods you eat, start eating whole fresh peppers. In order to ease digestive discomfort, eat some plain Greek yogurt, banana, bread, and Pepto-Bismol prior to eating spicy food. That's it folks, you made it to the end. I hope you enjoyed the video.